Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be looking at some more Made in Abyss soundtrack, original soundtrack and themes, and this one was requested by a few people to listen to Forever Lost, which looks like it's from the movie or something. So I don't know, I haven't listened to this before, so what we'll do is we'll listen to it all the way through without stopping, and then afterwards we'll go back over it again. During the first playthrough I'll write some notes, and then we'll go back over it again and stop and start and talk about a few things. Before we do that, please do like the video if you like it, subscribe to the channel as well. Leave a comment below, it helps my videos, so I appreciate if you do that. Or, you say if you want to leave a comment for no reason, that's fine. If not, but you can also leave a comment about songs that you would like to see on the channel. Much like this one, this was requested by people in the comments, and put your requests in as well, and I'll make sure they get added to the playlist and we'll get round to them. But let's not waste any more time and let's get into the reaction here. So I'm just going to full screen this so it's a bit more pleasant to look at. So, I don't know what to expect, so I guess let's just get into it and see what happens. Okay, so let's listen to Forever Lost, Made in Abyss, Movie 3 theme song in 3, 2, 1, go. Go. All right. Okay. Interesting. well. I've complimented Made in Abyss soundtrack for layering, and that is just another example of that. It's clear to see that well, I think I listened to some songs from the first season, but we have songs from the third film that follows that DNA. So let's go back over it now, and let's have another listen to it, and we're going to stop and start and talk about things. Let's do that now. 3, 2, 1, go. So you start with, like, this very ethereal, kind of magical kind of opening. It's kind of... It's hard to describe, but I just imagine that when I visualize that sound, it's just light. It's godlike. It's like an experience, an epiphany of sound. It's particularly with the effect on it, because it makes it sound more internal, more within the consciousness as opposed to external. And then you've got this really nice light piano underneath it as well that just adds that kind of, you know, it's the magic of it. It's the innocence, but it's also the magic of it. All right, let's keep going. So yeah, and then we kind of build up upon that with this vocal, and it's, again, it's just angelic. It's a very large sound. It's probably the biggest sound that we've gotten from this soundtrack so far, and it's so wide in how it reaches, and it's a very grand spectacle of a sound already. We're 32 seconds in. And it just feels... And I think this... Maybe the word gets thrown around a lot nowadays. But it feels kind of mythical in a way. It feels beyond... beyond human, let's say. But let's go.
Something precious. I know that there may never be an end to the price that we pay for our dreams. It can never...
It's hard to tell what's going on with the vocal, because there is a layering, and it almost sounds like it could just be a vocal effect they've used, but it sounds like they've got the vocalist doing the lead line, and then they've got the vocalist to come back again and whisper it on top. I could be completely wrong. I don't know if that's true, but that's kind of what it sounds like. Which is a really interesting choice. Again, it is something that then it pulls you in, like seeing, you know, or hearing whispers means what, secrets probably, and that pulls us as listeners and audience members in to whatever's happening in front of us or what we're hearing. And again, it's also kind of distorts the sound a little bit to the point where it's not, you know, completely clear. It's kind of more internally. It could be in a monologue of some sort. It's very interesting, but I think a choice that really works.
To carry on is to carry a burden. Even if it's too much to bear, I won't turn back.
And then we have our little break before we go into the next verse with a, you know, very typical musical theatre trope of saying a line in the middle of a song, in character, which I like. I think it's a nice little break, and also reminds us that we're watching, you know, a film, a series of we're watching something. We're not just listening to something. And yeah, I like it. It gives us a little bit of air before we move on, and the bar gets raised again.
In the
Okay, so I let that whole bit thing play through, but it's like there's a lot of things to keep, you know, the tension up. Obviously, it has a great and very active beat, um, keeping the rhythm going. Also underneath it, there was kind of like it sounded like it could have been an electric guitar, just hitting some chords and letting them hang as well. That adds like that big deep sound underneath it, but makes it kind of open and more like cavernous and drama as well, that low chords and underneath it as well. And also these nice, the strings as well, keeping the pace going up, very staccato, very sharp in the way that they're played. Again, elevating the drama of what's going on, elevating the stakes within the music to, I assume, match what's happening within the movie. But yeah, let's keep going. I think this is a theme as well. If you listen to the isolated piano there, like the amount of reverb and like it almost sounds like a little bit of a phaser on it as well. Again, it makes it sound dreamlike. I guess that's the phrase. I think that's actually a really good phrase to use to describe all of the songs we've listened to from Made in Abyss so far. It's dreamlike. It feels kind of like within your own head. It's like it is like you're experiencing a dream of music, as opposed to you know, something very much in your face and out there, and you know, yeah, out there. Let's just go out there. Yeah, let's keep going. There's such a huge amount going on here already. Like you kind of had that ding 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 ding, like the descending that's kind of pulling us back down as listeners before. Obviously right now we're hitting pretty much the peak of in the song, and you've got this huge horn section as well, which is just pure like what do we think of that? We think battle, war, you know, that's pure like something big is going down. Like that's why you would add an instrument like that. You've still got the really sharp strings as well going underneath it, keeping the pace up high. Lots of really nice kind of lo-fi style effects in there too. It makes it a really interesting track to listen to, particularly if you can get yourself a good pair of headphones, because it's definitely worth it if you're really into these tracks. I also, what I want to say as well is I appreciate, you know, like kind of the intelligence musically to have the, you know, the descending and to bring the song down quite low, and then to have that really piercingly high vocal as well. Just coming after that, it's like the juxtaposition of what we just had, which is really nice because it pierces through really well, but it's also got this kind of like vocoder effect too, because you know, I'm sure like singing, you know, that high, would be quite loud, and I think for the way that this track is, maybe it's a bit too much, a bit too overbearing to have like a full-on belt in there in terms of singing. So maybe to pull that sound back with this kind of effect, it also makes it more dreamlike as well, but it kind of sits nicer within the track. So that last little section, I think we're kind of towards the end now, where everything kind of comes together. But you know, we had that like very operatic, like a very high soprano singing in there as well, and also this whole choir is coming again. And what I'm saying, like where it starts ethereal, it starts angelic, it's religious in a way that it sounds, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's highly dramatic and it's huge, and as I said, And this is the biggest, you know, in terms of whether it sounds the biggest track I've heard so far from Made in Abyss. Yeah, I guess I did right at the start as well. That there's a lot about this track in particular that reminds me a lot of tracks that you get within the series of Final Fantasy, where you do get the mix of genres, but you also they really use they really nail on that kind of, as I said, very dramatic choral, huge epic sounding music, and this is very much in the same vein, in my opinion. Yeah, that guitar underneath.
Our past will live on forever as we strive towards our future. The sadness never disappears. It just becomes a part of us, deep inside.
Interesting. Yeah, so obviously ending with a spoken line. But the end is just like, it kind of lays all of the phrases that we've had already in together, which these songs tend to do, and they do really well as well. It's really, really nice. Really, really cleverly done. And again, it's the most dreamlike music. I really think that is the right word to describe these Made in Abyss songs is dream-like. That is what I think in my view. But why don't you let me know what you think in the comments below about this song, and let me know what other songs you would like to see from Made in Abyss in the comments below as well, or from any other anime or any other game or whatever. Put those in the comments below as well. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel as well, and having said all of that, thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.